All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the show they call America Talks Live. I'm Steve MALZBERG. We are live from our New York City studios, and we're going to get started. Maria Conchita Alonso, she knows the Miss Universe who's trashing Trump. But first, we throw it to my Newsmax colleague, Miranda Khan, with the latest news of the moment. Miranda?
Thanks, Steve. At least 3 people are dead and more than 100 are injured following that train crash in New Jersey. Officials tell a local news station that they believe the crash is an accident. An investigation is underway. The State Department will release 3,000 more of Hillary Clinton's private emails before the election. This according to Politico. The emails were recovered during the FBI's investigation into Clinton's private email server. Meanwhile, Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson drops the ball again during an interview on MSNBC.
Name a foreign leader that you respect.
I guess I'm having an Aleppo moment in the former president
of Mexico. But I'm giving you the whole world.
I know.
Those Aleppos get you every time. Johnson was referencing an interview earlier this month where he was caught off guard on a question about Aleppo, Syria. That is the center, of course, of the refugee crisis. For much more on these stories, please visit Newsmax.com. I'm Miranda Khan. Back to you, Steve.
All right, thank you very much, Miranda. I was driving to work today and heard about the train crash in Hoboken, New Jersey. I passed kind of through or by Hoboken on my way in. I could hear the sirens and the ambulances racing. And at this point, all they know is that train was going much faster than it should have been going. They don't know why. I'm just saying, pipe bombs were found at a train station in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Reportedly from the bomber who bombed New York City and that racing event in New Jersey. So to me, nothing's out of the question. This is bizarre. Either the brakes failed, the engineer of the train got sick, or something nefarious happened, and I don't know. I've heard reports that they say, oh, no, it was just mechanical, or it wasn't this, or it wasn't that. How do they know yet? So we'll keep you posted, and let's see what happens here. But a horrific scene in Hoboken, New Jersey. Our thoughts and prayers are with those who have family members who are aboard that train or in the station that actually got hurt by flying debris. All right, folks, what you're about to see now is very, very hard to watch, and you probably won't see it on any media. You might see it here on other Newsmax shows, but you won't see it in the mainstream media, certainly. This young man in Cajon, California, was simply wearing a Donald Trump hat, a Make America Great Again hat. He showed up at, I don't know where he was, surrounded by Hillary supporters or Trump haters, and had to fight for his life. That's right. Watch.
Hey, whoa, hey! Hey, whoa. I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything. Hey,
Please. And this went on and on. He got up, walked away, ran away. They went after him. The cops finally showed up. Otherwise, I fear what could have happened to this man. This is the left in this country today. This is the left. They don't want discussion. They don't want discourse. This is the radical left. They want to shut you up. And if you dare show up where we don't want you, this is what they'll do to you. Much like the rioters in Charlotte who dragged the white people around like rag dolls. And through it all, the media and the left and the president, of course, stays silent because this is acceptable to them. As long as it wasn't a Hillary supporter being hunted down, otherwise that would be page 1 of the news and it would be Donald Trump's fault. But this, who cares? He was probably a troublemaker, right? He got what he deserved. Sick. Speaking of Barack Obama, unfortunately, the House and Senate overrode his veto of the 9/11 bill. Now, family members of victims of 9/11 could sue the Saudi government. He doesn't like it much. Watch.
I didn't expect it because voting if you're perceived as voting against 9/11 families right before an election, not surprisingly, that's a hard vote for people to take. But it would have been the right thing to do. I'm concerned, and this is not just my concern. General Dunford, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, said this is a bad idea. Secretary of Defense said it was a bad idea. And then we found out some of the people who voted for it said, frankly, we didn't know what was in it. And there was no debate of it. And it was basically a political vote.
Yeah, some of the people who voted for it didn't know what was in it. You mean like the health care bill? They knew what was in it. What do you mean voted for it? Voted to override or voted for the bill in the first place? Well, if they didn't know what was in it in the first place, and now they had a chance to sustain your veto, they didn't. This guy makes things up on the fly. On the fly. Now, hey, Mr. President, why don't you say anything about, why won't you call Islamic terror?
There's no doubt that these folks think that and claim that they're speaking for Islam. But I don't want to validate what they do. I don't want to, if you had an organization that was going around killing and blowing people up and said, we're on the vanguard of Christianity. Well, I'm not, as a Christian, I'm not going to let them claim my religion and say you're killing for Christ. I would say that's ridiculous.
There's a key there. And by the way, your religion, which you should know something about. If Muslims, thousands of Muslims around the country say the Quran tells us to do this, who are you to say it's not Islam, according to them? Christianity is interpreted, has many different beliefs, none of which say kill innocent people. And by the way, the Quran says you can't kill innocents, but it's who the innocents are that's the monkey wrench. Because when they kill people, they don't think they're killing innocents. But he knows everything. He knows what Islam is. He knows what Christianity is. He knows it all. Baloney.